In Proverbs 26:4, we get this beautiful little nugget of information here that is absolutely fantastic. It says, "Do not answer a fool according to his folly, lest you yourself also be like him." And then immediately after that, the next verse is seemingly contradictory, where it says, "Answer a fool according to his folly, lest he be wise in his own eyes." So this is not actually contradicting itself. This is a really interesting piece of scripture, where this is talking about if you're arguing with someone, if you're debating with someone, you have two different strategies. One, you should make sure you don't lower yourself to their level of ignorance. And that word folly, foolishness, it literally means stupid, stupidity, ignorance. So in some cases, it's saying don't even pretend that their worldview is correct. Don't step into it for the hypotheticals. Don't even give them the possible acknowledgement that there might be some validity to what they think. And then the other side is to literally step into it to try to show them logically how stupid their side actually is. So let's look at this around the issue of abortion, for example. If I'm arguing with someone about abortion, there's two methods I can do it, where I'm not answering the fool according to their folly, or I could answer the fool according to their folly. In one of those examples, where I do not answer the fool according to their folly, what I can do is I can respond to the person by just blatantly saying, like, no, it is always murder, no matter what, to kill the baby. It is a biblical and scientific fact that we have life from the very moment of conception. We are unique. We have our own set of DNA. We are an individual human being at that very moment. Or you can answer them according to their folly and say, okay, then at what age is it no longer okay to murder a baby? Play with their mindset a little bit with it, where you can actually go in and say, like, hey, if it's okay to murder a baby that's this old, then where's the limit? How old does the kid have to be before it's no longer okay for me to rip it apart? Play with their worldview a little bit to see where they will draw the line on their subjective false view of morality. Doing so, you can show them how absurd it really is. So either stand completely and totally firm in the truth of the Bible and the truth of God, where you are making sure that you are speaking just purely objectively, or briefly venture into their worldview to try to show them how illogical or stupid their beliefs actually are about whatever subject you're doing. So if I'm debating someone on evolution, I'm not going to pretend that there's an option for evolution to be true in any capacity, because it's plainly not. It is literally a religion that opposes Christianity. Instead, I'm going to just have the biblical truth on my side, declaring openly that God created them male and female in the beginning, which means that evolution cannot exist, because that would require an asexual amoeba to somehow devolve to the point of needing something else to reproduce with it, which is not evolution. That is a major flaw. That would be entropy. So I won't even pretend that's an option with these kinds of people. But for the ones who will make an argument about, for example, incest in the Bible, saying like, well, then if it's Adam and Eve and their kids, then that means that their kids got married to each other. Yes. And then to answer the fool according to their folly, yes. And in the religion of evolution, it would still require the same thing, except it would first require bestiality and then incest for several generations until there was actually a normal humanoid, a Homo sapien that has existed, in which case it would still be that persistent incest until it branched off enough, because it wasn't multiple points of evolution that all evolved into the same thing. It would have been a singular point that created this species, and then this species branched out further and further like a tree growing. So within that kind of a concept, you're able to use both arguments in very different ways on various subjects. The book of Proverbs is absolutely incredible, but whenever you read it, make sure you're reading it alongside the book of Ecclesiastes, because you see one that's super happy, super positive, and then one that is very negative and very depressing. It's because they are supposed to be complementing each other to give that kind of duality in how the world functions. Just a little fun nugget for you today. God bless.